The Watchers ends with the revelation that one of the characters is not who they initially appeared to be. Written and directed by Ishana Night Shyamalan, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, in her directorial debut, the supernatural horror is based on the book by A.M. Shine. The Watchers reviews have been mostly negative, though it's possible this may not deter audiences from seeing the film. After learning about how to escape from the bunker, Madeline, Kira, Daniel, and Dakota Fanning's Mina follow the birds to the edge of the forest. Although Mina, Kira, and Madeline manage to make it out alive, Daniel is killed by a Watcher who's taken the form of Kira's dead husband, John. Back in Galway, Mina visits Professor Kilmartin's office to destroy whatever information he had on the changelings. There, she learns about halflings and discovers the real Madeline has been dead for years. Madeline, a halfling, has taken on her form. Mina goes to Kira with the information and is confronted by Madeline, who plans to kill them. Mina convinces her that she could find other halflings like her, and Madeline decides against killing her. Madeline was a halfling all along in the Watcher's ending twist. Madeline hid the truth from everyone and almost got away with it. The biggest twist in the Watchers was that of Madeline being a halfling the entire time. The twist explains how she knew so much about the Watchers, their history with people, their burrows, and the rules to stay alive in the forest. Unlike the rest of the Watchers, however, Madeline was different because she was part human. Long ago, when the Watchers were still living alongside people, some of them had children together. While it's unclear which of Madeline's parents was human, it's possible the other Watchers resent her because she represents, in part, the very people who banished them. The Watcher's ending also reveals that Madeline's halfling form can walk in the light, and has a soft spot for humans despite wanting to kill Kira and Mina at the end of the film. What's more, Madeline wanted to escape the changelings just as much as the rest of the characters. She was treated like an anomaly, and made to feel like she wasn't truly a Watcher like the rest. Madeline ultimately used Professor Kilmartin's desires against him, transforming into his dead wife only after she killed him. Madeline was able to leave her old life behind to start anew. Who are the Watchers? Supernatural creature mythology explained. The Watchers have been around for a long time. Mina, Dakota Fanning, and Madeline, Alwyn Fowler shocked in the Watchers. For most of the Watchers, the supernatural creatures remained in shadow. A long finger here or a glowing eye there were the only indications of their true form. It wasn't until Madeline explained who they were that their presence in the forest began to come into the light. The Watchers, or changelings and fairies, as they were also called, are ancient creatures who had wings and magic. They once lived in harmony with humans, but an eventual war between the two led the human population to banish them to the burrows underground in the forest. Having been below the earth for so long, the Watchers lost their ability to use magic and their wings fell off. The Watchers doesn't explain how the war came about exactly, or how the humans were able to lock them away, but they became vengeful, killing the people who found their way into the forest. Madeline's wings return at the end of The Watcher, so it's possible the Watcher's wings could sprout again eventually, but that might depend on whether they will ever be able to leave their forest prison. Why Madeline doesn't kill Mina and Kira in The Watcher's ending. Madeline left them alive despite killing Kilmartin before. A close-up of Madeline, Alwyn Fowler, in The Watchers. Madeline took Kira's form with the idea to kill Mina and Kira after the former found out the truth. Madeline wanted to kill Mina and Kira because their knowledge of her existence threatened her ability to live in the human world. Mina, however, had some compassion for Madeline. Mina knew what it was like to be lonely and to live separate from one's family. Mina pushed Madeline to see outside of herself. Madeline had been by herself for so long that the idea of potentially finding other halflings like herself was substantial enough to get her to back off from killing Mina and Kira. What's more, Madeline was also half human, which meant she felt all the things people felt: sadness, love, protectiveness, and that played into her not killing them. Deep down, Madeline had a soft spot for people, or she wouldn't have tried to protect Mina, Kira, and Daniel from the other Watchers the whole time. She wanted desperately to believe that she could find other halflings, but she might also have believed she couldn't do it alone. Mina and Kira could help, if Madeline actually let them. The reason Madeline keeps the bunker a secret from the humans. Madeline may have wanted to continue watching them. Aerial shot of Madeline, Daniel, Mina, and Kira standing in front of their reflections in the Watcher's image via Warner Brothers. Madeline knew all along that Professor Kilmartin had a bunker. She was the Watcher trapped in the video. Mina and the others did, so she knew it existed and deliberately chose not to tell the others. If Madeline ultimately wanted to escape the forest and live in the world of people, why not let Mina and the others learn about the bunker earlier? It's possible Madeline kept the bunker a secret so the other watchers could continue learning from them. If they were to also rejoin society, the creatures needed to master their mimicking so they wouldn't get caught. Perhaps Madeline felt that she owed at least that to the other watchers, despite their poor treatment of her. If they could continue getting what they wanted, maybe they would leave her to live her life. At the same time, there's no indication that Madeline was coming back to free them at the end of the Watchers. Madeline seemed very protective of Mina, Kira, and Daniel, and it would have made more sense had the halfling hid them in the bunker for better safety. It could also be that Madeline was simply playing the long game to keep up her ruse.